Yes. Check here another important concept is that SQL Server clustering. Basically, remember, cluster is nothing but a group of servers which are connected to each other, right? Cluster, group of servers, right? So, because like same thing previously we have seen for easy understanding in our normal language. Cluster is like our customer care department, okay, where like 50 people are sitting. They are answering the user queries. Okay, instead of sitting single person, like 50 people are sitting. But remember, whenever they are operating, whenever they are opening something, means I am sitting here in bench one, I am opening something, I am checking the data from same copy of database. Another yeah, team member is also checking the information which is coming from same copy of database. But database is single copy, multiple users are working to answer the application queries. Right, multiple employees are working to answer the application queries. Same thing here also, remember, cluster is nothing but what? Group of servers. Instead of single server processing user queries, multiple servers are processing the user queries. Okay, check it. We'll see here understanding Windows clustering. Same thing. Previously also we have seen briefly. For always on also Windows cluster is required. For SQL cluster also Windows cluster is required. And we have summarized that Windows plus storage team will create what? Windows cluster. It is not our job. Okay. Working with SQL cluster, we'll see, means how we can configure SQL cluster, how we can deploy SQL cluster on Windows cluster, monitoring, and what are the some common issues. Okay. Okay. What is high availability? Already we have discussed this while discussing log shipping concept. Basically, we have seen, just I will go through very fastly. Goal of high availability is to keep systems, applications, emails, databases, etc. always running, means always available. Okay, either available in from server 1 or server 2, but available to the applications, available to the users. We can reduce or avoid downtime for the applications or users in the event of production server failure with the help of what? High availability features. We have seen already Microsoft is defining here officially what is high availability. A high availability solution masks the effects of hardware or software failure and maintains the availability of applications or databases. See, masking the effects already we have seen, like masking is nothing but what? Hiding. Means what? Software or hardware effects are hidden to the end users. End users don't know what happened in the background. But they can continue with the standby servers, standby databases. Okay, yes. Generally, we know that two types of downtimes are there, planned and unplanned downtime scenarios are there. Planned downtime means which we are taking downtime for maintenance activities, right? Planned downtimes. Or sometimes Windows team or storage team wants to perform some maintenance. So, yeah, which comes under your planned downtime. Whereas unplanned downtime is there, which may happen at any time. Okay, unplanned downtimes are there, which may happen but at any time. Okay, right. So that means we have seen it may be planned or unplanned. I want to continue the database means database should be available continuously, okay, to the applications or users. For that purpose here, compulsory we have to go with what? High availability features. Okay, already we have seen like planned downtimes are there, as well as we have unplanned downtimes. So, two types of downtimes. Okay. Check here again. We have discussed like we have different levels of high availability options are there in SQL Server. Server level availability features are there, or instance level availability features, which allows to maintain what? Same copy of instance in different machine. Instance to instance copy. Instance to instance copy. Whereas like database level availability features are there, which allows to maintain what? Same copy of database in different server. We have discussed already. We have three levels of three database level availability features are there: log shipping, mirroring, and always on. Three DB level availability features. Okay. Okay. Next is like we have seen object level availability features are there, which allows to maintain some part of the database. Third one we have seen, which comes replication comes under say object level availability features. Let's say we'll start with our DB level instance level availability feature, which is nothing but what? Clustering. Okay, clustering allows to maintain what? Same copy of instance in different machine. Instance to instance copy. Enter instance is it? Enter instance to instance copy we are maintaining it in different machine. Okay, right. Right. Check it like already we have seen. Clustering is what? One of the instance level feature. Very simple here. This is my server one. In general, remember in cluster, the servers are called as what? Nodes. Nodes. Check here, node one. Okay, this is my, we can have here multiple nodes may be there. Minimum 2 nodes are required or 2 servers are required for us to set up a cluster environment. Okay, node 2. Okay, our databases are like sitting in the storage here, storage area network. All our database files are there here in the storage. Okay, right. Check here, like here, see, I have installed one instance with the names here, SQL Server, LIC, NANE, instance name. Here also see same copy of instance is maintained, SQL Server, LIC. But here see, we have all the databases are there here in the storage. Okay, both system defined databases as well as user defined. All the databases, backups, everything is there in the storage. That means what we have to understand here very clearly, clustering is not for databases. Okay, we are not going to maintain duplicate copy of database with clustering. We are maintaining duplicate copy of services here very clearly. The symbol clustering is not for databases, it is for services only. Okay, so that is like, that's why we have to understand here. In clustering, like only one copy of database is there, but multiple copies of services are there. That's when the log shipping mirroring always on purpose is what? Here one copy of database is there. Here also one copy of two copies are there. Database to database changes are updated. But in clustering, say two copy of services are there, multiple copies, but single copy of database is there. That's why we have to understand clustering is not for databases, it is for services. Okay, services redundancy. Services redundancy is there with clustering, not database redundancy. Okay, and check here in this node 1. Here see SQL Server service is running. So here the services are there in stop mode. Service is not running. Services are there in stop mode. See, if the node where the service is running, generally we are calling it as active node. Active node. So here also services are there, but currently not running, which is a passive. Check here, active passive cluster environment. We have to understand. Okay, so and see the services are running here. This active node services are working with the copy of database. Okay, so sales database, both we have seen system defined as well as user defined databases are there in the storage, only one copy. Again, remember, if you want to maintain duplicate copy of databases, again, we have to combine the features actually. Clustering plus log shipping, clustering plus mirroring, clustering plus always on. Right? Why? Because clustering is not for databases, it is for services. Check here like active node, passive node is a two node cluster. It is actually. So by default, remember our Windows, we have seen platform is Windows cluster. By default, our Windows cluster supports only active passive, active passive environment or Windows cluster. Only active passive setup only. So in Windows cluster, remember like uh, active we can't set up actually. So, but we'll see. Active option is not there here, but we can make indirectly active. We'll see that what is yeah uh, active. We'll check later. Check here. This is my active passive cluster environment. Let's see between these nodes here, active and passive node, heartbeat is there between the nodes. Means what passive node will check with active node for every uh, yeah, 500 milliseconds by default. You can change this heartbeat time and it depends on Windows server, which version we are using. Okay, suppose here like this is here like my application is there. Here see, this is my AD server, Active Directory server. AD server here, Active Directory server or DNS server. Same thing we have to know in always on also. So basically like in the DNS server, listener is created, right? Same thing here also, virtual name is created in the AD server. Means what, whenever the application or front-end part is submitting the request through virtual name, AD server will redirect request to active nodes here. Okay, here see virtual server is there here in the AD server. So it is redirecting request to active node. Active node is processing the queries with the database which is there in the storage. Okay, tomorrow's here like if this active node is down unexpectedly due to any reason. Here remember automatically here in passive node services are started. Right, no services are stopped, right? Once this active node is down or if it is not pinging. Okay, so here see SQL Server services are started automatically, which becomes active node. Services are started automatically, which becomes active node. Now remember our Active Directory will submit the request to the current active node, which is working with same copy of database. Okay, So now here the server is down here. SQL server is down, but here the services starts working now. Services starts running. So that is it. Even the complete server is down, no problem. The other node, in other nodes here, services are started, which are processing the queries of same database. The server services redundancy is there here in cluster. There is no database redundancy. That's why either our storage team has to maintain same copy of files in another SAM, or we have to implement again log shipping or mirroring or always on. This is very simple setup is there of two nodes actually, active, passive, cluster environment. And that's why we have to understand very clearly, don't get any confusion. Clustering is for services to maintain duplicate copy of services which are working with same copy of database. Database redundancy is not there. Services redundancy is there in clustering. Okay, yeah, we'll see various definitions. We'll see what are the various definitions are there. We'll discuss here. Okay, so basically we have seen our databases are sitting in the SAN actually, storage area network, right? Storage area network, which has its own IP. So we can access this from any node. Okay, right. Check here various definitions are there for cluster. Various definitions are there. Uh, for this cluster. We'll see the definition. Then we'll see the major differences again between clustering and other high availability features. Already we know clustering is for to maintain same copy of instances, whereas database mirroring, log shipping, always on is they are used to maintain what duplicate copy of databases. Okay, right. Right. Here various definitions are there. Here group of two or more servers called, yes, check here. Very clear definition is there. Cluster is a group of two or more servers. Technically, we are calling these servers as what nodes that that work together and represent themselves as a single server in the network. That's why any number of machines may be there in the cluster, but to the applications or users, remember it is a single server. It's like generally we know, right, for basic understanding, like whenever you are calling to some customer care department, through one-to-one we are calling, right? Yes, one-to-one we are calling actually, right? So that's remember like if you're means internally it is divided actually to multiple customer executives actually, but single phone number is there. Same thing here also we have virtual IP, virtual name. Okay, so through same virtual IP, virtual name applications are connected. Very clear definition is there, sir. Very straightforward definition. A server cluster. A server cluster is a collection of servers called nodes. Okay, that communicate with each other, right? Nodes are talking with each other. Basically, here we have different IPs are there. Okay, different IPs are there. One is public IP, one is private IP. Okay, generally remember nodes will communicate with each other through private IPs. Applications are connected through public IP. Okay, yes, we'll see. Here nodes will communicate with each other. What is the purpose again? To make a set of services highly available. Set of services means here we have to understand our SQL Server services. Means what? Our SQL Server service is either available in node 1 or node 2, but available to the applications, available to the users. Okay, highly available to the clients. In the same way, said server clusters are designed for applications that have long running in memory state or frequently updated data. Like different definitions are there, but the second definition is here very clear. Collection of servers which communicates with each other. Main purpose is what? To make a set of services highly available. Nothing but our SQL Server services highly available to the clients. Okay, okay. Check it like a Microsoft SQL cluster is a simply collection of two or more physical servers. These servers are called as what? Nodes. These nodes have same access to shared storage, right? So databases are there in the SAM, just like the storage area network. So to share same shared storage and provides the resources required to store the database files, right? All the MDF, LDF files, backup files, error log files, all these are there in the shared storage. Each of the nodes talk to another, see, via another. Nodes, remember, nodes will communicate with each other through private network actually, which is also called as cluster only network, okay, within the cluster communication. If one node does not communicate to other node, the other node will take ownership of SQL Server service. This process is called what? Failover. Right, we have seen in active node if services are not running, in passive node automatically services are started, which is what? Failover process. And same thing similar to database mirroring and always on. Here also remember we have both types of failover options are there. Automatic failover options are there as well as manual failover options. Both types of failover options are available. Automatic failover and manual failover options. Okay, right.